Hello, welcome to Aapki Khabar, and we are very much happy here to see Miss Payal Verma. And as you know, HR Success Talk is starting initiated a program on HR Par Charcha. In this series, we will discuss here Ms. Payal Verma on the discussion of the HR field in the field of HR, and she will discuss here and about 15 years she will go live on the Facebook, and she will deliver the speech and experience. She will share the experiences on the HR field, and as you know, I would like to introduce here Ms. Payal Verma. Ms. Payal Verma is the manager of webinar, manager in the webinar in HR Success Talk, and in the field of HR, she is in the had worked in the 20 for the 20 years. She worked in the field of HR, and she is a certified company mapping and assessment professional with the fine experience in the leadership development and performance management. Besides having 20 years of work experience, she is still a philosopher and likes to automate things and processes. In her leisure time, she loves to pursue her hobby of art and craft, experimenting new things. Her philosophy in life is stay humble and keep dreaming. Very warm welcome, Ms. Payal Verma. And firstly, we would like to hear from you on the experience which you have worked for the HR Success Talk. Please share your journey with HR Success Talk in the webinar vertical.
So, at the outset, thank you very much, Rajiv ji, for inviting me here at this platform. It's a great opportunity for me, and I'm honored. Uh,
Thank you.
as far as HR Success Talk journey is related, so I started this journey in last year in this month itself, which is September 20. It's been around 1 year now. So I started as a volunteer in the webinar vertical. I still recall that day when there was a message floated on one of the WhatsApp group that HR Success Talk is looking for a volunteer if you would like to volunteer yourself. So that time I thought, कि चलो ठीक है, it's a very good opportunity. आज तक because we have worked on a professional background, so let me try this volunteering experience also. I thought कि maybe शायद मैं अपनी skills को वहाँ ज़्यादा leverage करूँगी, but that was other way around. I got an opportunity to learn many things from there. So besides sharing my experience, which was broadly related to streamlining the process, documentation related to the webinar vertical, I also gained the experience of conducting webinars. Team कैसे manage करते हैं? Even I gained the global exposure. Like for example, we have global chapters, so I got to know many global country heads of ours. I worked with them, their culture we got to know. So there were many good learnings from there. And fortunately, I have a very good team also. So the team bonding is also very much there in our, especially in HR Success Talk, you can say. Uh, uh, there is one good thing about HR Success Talk is the team here is very much supportive. We all work as one team. Though we are all volunteers working here together, but and we don't get paid for it. But still, the
Yes.
volunteers have all the passion here, and they work with their complete ownership. That is commendable. So that's one good thing which I also learned from here. कि भाई at least आपको नहीं कुछ मिल रहा है, you are not getting anything in return in money, but still you have that passion and you work for it because maybe everyone here is much passionate and they want to work here. Other than that, we also have our advisors who are all senior level management professionals, be it from HR field or any other field. So they also, even the learning from them was that they also work so humbly that मतलब they don't never you can see कि भाई उनमें अपने एक रुतबा है और they are not approachable. They are always approachable. They are always keen on suggestions. So the work environment, you can say, overall culture here is very nice, and I'm enjoying my journey so far very much. Over to you, Rajiv.
It is very interesting And the second thing I would like to know, in what is, in your opinion, what is the key skill a leader requires in the changing era? As you are the professional and you are working in this field for the last 13 years, as I knew, you are working for the last 13 years in the field of HR, and you have changed a lot in every organization where you put your experiences. So the most important thing when you work for any organization, what is the main issue then require leader? What is the leader requires in the changing era? Because it is the most important factor for the HR. They change the system and they work for the system and they make the system. And what you would like to advise here, the audience of the Aapki Khabar?
Yeah, so thanks for asking this question. First, let me just clarify. Though I have a 20 years of experience, but a broad of my experience is in terms of backend office support and etc. I started my journey in HR 10 years ago, you can say, when I started supporting the CHRO of Danik Bhaskar. That was the first thing where I got an exposure to the HR and got some interest. So my core experience in HR and leadership development has been of around 6+ years or so, you can say. So from that experience, what I can say is, in today's time, of course, for every leader, team management and managing their talent is very important and crucial thing which every leader requires. So if his team is happily working, so of course it is a plus point, and there would be everything good. The team would deliver well, and the manager is the organization as well as the manager will perform very good. So for this, what I understand, the following traits are highly required for a leader in today's time. What is good listening skill? The leader should not
Yes.
be so that whatever I say, okay, ठीक है, मुझे टीम को नहीं सुनना है, जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो ही करो. That should not be the approach. The leader should listen to every team member. Even a small team member can give a good idea, and they can execute it. Second is they should provide timely feedback. Generally, what happens, and suggestions for course correction. So generally, what happens is the manager thinks that my team is working. They don't listen to the team member. They just have their own opinion. And second thing, in case they think that there is a correction required in a team member, they don't provide the feedback timely. Maybe there are few who does it so that they become good managers. There are few who don't. So वो उनका still ये होता है, they wait for the appraisal cycle to end, and then when the appraisal cycle comes or the reviews formally happen, तब उनको याद आता है कि अच्छा feedback देना, और वो बहुत late हो चुका होता है. So आज के time में टाइमली फीडबैक देना, अगर मैं ठीक नहीं कर रही हूँ तो मुझे उसी इंस्टेंस पे आप बताइए कि आपने ये गलती की है, आपकी परफॉर्मेंस यहाँ ठीक नहीं है, तो ताकि मैं तभी करेक्ट कर पाऊँ अपने आप को. So that is one important thing which is required. Next is change agility, because in today's time, everything is changing. The new normal working has come. People are starting work from home, or maybe beach mein 2 saal because of pandemic the situation was so worse that we all know what happened, etc. So this change agility, adopting the new environment, the new culture by the manager is still required. ऐसा ना हो कि वो बोले नहीं हम तो हमारे टाइम पे ऐसे चलता था, हम ऐसे ही चलेंगे, and you don't do it. So that is one another way. And last is empathy, which is highly required, which means that the manager should understand their employees, what is happening with them, why is the reason they are not able to perform. Because in today's, what is the, even to their family or personal life, कि वहाँ पे उनके साथ क्या हो रहा है, क्या नहीं हो रहा है. Because in today's time, especially in pandemic, लोगों ने personally बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ों को face किया है, and if the manager is not understanding that and he just say कि नहीं आपको तो काम ही करना है, मुझे काम से मतलब है, so that becomes a little negative towards that manager, and the employee would never be happy, and if the employee is not happy, then he won't be able to deliver better. So these are the 4 things which I think the manager must know.
It is very interesting, as you have mentioned here, the organization's culture, and is it organization's culture impacts the overall the performance of the company, and how much it impacts on the outcomes of the work which I have done.
Of course, as I said, organization culture is one very important thing, because organization culture क्या है, वो सिर्फ एक organization तक limited नहीं है कि ओके ठीक है एक organization हम इस तरीके से काम करते हैं, आपको करना है तो कीजिए. No, अगर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कल्चर अच्छा है, आपका एम्प्लॉय उस कल्चर में एम्बाइब्ड है, वो उस कल्चर से हैप्पी है, उस कल्चर को जी रहा है, दैट मीन्स ही ऑल्सो बिकम्स अ ब्रांड एम्बेसडर फॉर दैट कंपनी. तो कल को आपको अपने आप ही द एम्प्लॉय विल स्पीक फॉर योर कंपनी आउटसाइड ऑल्सो, एंड आपके पास अपने आप अच्छे लोग अपने आप बह के आएंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वी नो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस लाइक एशियन पेंट्स, टाटा, TCS और मे बी टाटा की जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस है, वी नो कि उनके पास में बहुत ही अच्छा कल्चर है, तो पीपल वांट टू गो देयर, पीपल वांट टू स्टे इन दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. So, तो वहां से how do we know that they have a good culture? Because of their employees, because of their policy processes. So, organization culture, in my understanding, basically is what it comprises of the company's vision, company का purpose क्या है, उनकी values क्या है, and it also tells the employees how to behave. और जो लोग उस कल्चर में अच्छे से ढल जाते हैं, जो उसको समझते हैं, they become the best employees of the organization. So here I would also like to say this thing is also endorsed very well by Gallup, जो बहुत अच्छे से बोलते हैं कि अगर आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कल्चर अच्छा है, एम्प्लॉयज एंगेज रहेंगे तो अच्छा परफॉर्म करेंगे, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अच्छा परफॉर्म करेंगे. डिसएंगेज है तो नहीं. So for example, if we see in our Dainik Bhaskar also, if we see that we have very good policies and processes, we have a culture जहाँ पे कि आप एम्प्लॉय के towards बहुत concerned रहते हो, and even we have वेरी गुड एम्प्लॉय फ्रेंडली पॉलिसीज. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल हम चाइल्ड स्कॉलरशिप देते हैं 10th और 12th में बच्चे जो पास हुए हैं या अच्छे स्कोर्स लेकर आए हैं, सो वी प्रोवाइड देम स्कॉलरशिप. We even provide good medical facilities to the employees. We are not concerned कि भाई आपका medical amount X amount का है तो आप उतने पे ही रहिए. No, we even go to the extent कि अगर आपका expenditure beyond जा रहा है, so we even sponsor that. The company sponsors that. The company has a policy on child marriage. So we are very much concerned about the employee. That is a culture. That's why people still stay here till 20 years, 25 years. हमारे company में लोग टिके हुए हैं. Similarly, if I talk about HR success talk, as I said, it has a very inclusive culture. यहाँ पर लोग बहुत ही supportive हैं. So here is a culture, and everyone lives the value of learn and share in HR success talk, जो हमारा main core vision है. So यहाँ पर अगर हम बात करें तो recently, if I can quote an example, there our country had for India, which is Deepti. She also heads the assessments vertical. So she was struggling to send the assessment emails, and maybe none of the team member might be available that time, or she had a small team. So she floated at night at 11:30 p.m. I think, a message that if any of the volunteers is available, please help me. So one of the volunteer at that time, without thinking about him or her thing, I would like to quote the name Sahil. So without any hesitations, he offered his help, and he helped Deepti in floating the mail and completing the task on time. Similarly, we also have many examples here. Even in our webinar vertical, whenever we ask, the volunteers are always available. So they always help. I have Nishant, Aneri. So they always work. So we have a very good, and we actually live our value here in HR Success Talk also.
As you are managing, as you are manager in the HR Success Talk for the webinar, and what you have seen there, what is the most achievable moments was there, which would you like to discuss here?
Okay, so there have been many. Like for example, so far we have done 30 webinars. Of course, when I joined, we were already doing. This is also with the vision of our I would not say promoter, our founder, Mr. Govind Singh Negi and Deepti, who are the backbones of HR Success Talk. So one of the achievement is that we have gone global here. The webinar vertical has organized even global webinar with them. We have organized a UAE chapter webinar. We are already holding webinars every month. So that's a good achievement. Plus, we are receiving good participation as well. So we don't struggle and we don't ask people and कुछ मतलब हम ऐसे जबरदस्ती नहीं बुलाते कि आप आइए जी हमारा वेबिनार अटेंड कीजिए. We promote our webinar. People just look at it and they come and register for it and they appreciate. Even I was looking at the participants' data, I have seen that we have repeat registrations. For example, there are few people who have been registering and attending each and every of our webinars. So that's a good appreciative thing for me as an achievement. Other than that, one big achievement that was that I recently in July received the Founders Excellence Award, which was the first award given. That was received by me, so I was quite fortunate and honored to receive that. That was for setting up the webinar vertical, though it was set up, but just to streamline some processes and bringing it to the next level. So these are few of the achievements which we have done.
As you know, this program is basically for the HR professionals, and HR professionals is the backbone of any of the organization. And what is your advice for the HR professionals for the success mantra?
So I don't have any success mantra, but I can just basically say to every professional is that find your area of interest, and so that you know what actually your work area of interest is, then pursue your career in that area, so that when you have your interest and when you love doing that thing, so you grow very well in that area particularly, you can say. Don't just push yourself into a career. Think through it, spend some time, find your love and interest, which area you want to go into, and then pursue your career in field. And keep learning, because learning never stops. It has to be there throughout the life, because things keep
Very
changing.
interesting. Very interesting. As you know, आपकी खबर basically in the Hindi news website. It is for the Hindi audience, and जो अभी हमने बताया, आपने काफी जितने एचआर प्रोफेशनल्स के बारे में आपने बताया, एचआर प्रोफेशनल्स की डिमांड डे बाय डे बढ़ती ही जा रही है, क्योंकि कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है वो एचआर प्रोफेशनल्स के बिना सरवाइव नहीं कर सकती है। और आपने इतने सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस जो है शेयर किए हैं, और एचआर प्रोफेशनल्स के ऊपर तो बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी होती है कि लीडरशिप क्वालिटी उनको बिल्टअप करनी होती है, अपने एम्प्लॉइज को कैसे, आपने सारी चीजें बताई कि अपने एम्प्लॉइज को भी कैसे उनकी बातों को भी सुनना है। ऐसा नहीं कि एचआर मैनेजर है तो आपको केवल कह देना है अपनी बातों को, उनको सुनना है। उनके साथ में जब इंटीमेसी होती है तो नो डाउट एक वर्किंग कल्चर डेवलप होता है। आपको क्या लगता है कि जो वर्किंग कल्चर डेवलप करने में जो एचआर प्रोफेशनल्स हैं वो किस तरीके से अपना काम करते हैं?
See, HR is considered, though it's was earlier considered as a back-end support, but HR बहुत major role play करता है. अब वो front end पे आ चुका है. People, whenever we talk about culture, I think people by default look at HR कि आप तो ये काम नहीं कर रहे हो तो हमसे क्यों expect कर रहे हो. So HR definitely plays a role, and they have to just उनको खुद को भी कंपनी के जो वैल्यूज है, विजन्स है, कल्चर है, उसको सबसे पहले फॉलो करके एग्जाम्पल सेट करना होता है, एंड देन दे आर द कस्टोडियन ऑफ द कल्चर, यू कैन से, कि उनके पास ये जिम्मेदारी होती है वो इंश्योर करे कि हर आदमी, हर मैनेजर उस चीज को कैस्केड डाउन कर रहा है और फॉलो कर रहा है। सो आज के टाइम में HR plays an important role in that terms कि वो ये देखे और खुद भी करे और दूसरों से भी इंश्योर करे।
ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात आपने कही कि खुद भी काम करना है, दूसरों से भी कराना है, वर्किंग कल्चर को ऐसा डेवलप करना है, क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा देखा गया है कि कई लोग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अच्छी सैलरी देने के बावजूद रुकते नहीं है, टिकते नहीं है उसमें आपने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज बताई है कि एक एटमॉस्फेयर जो है, जो कल्चर है, उसको बिल्डअप करना पड़ता है। वहाँ एटमॉस्फेयर जब तक कल्चर एक नहीं अगर वहाँ पे होगा तो कोई काम नहीं कर। आपने बहुत अच्छा सा एक एग्जाम्पल जो है टाटा का दिया था, तो मैं चाहूंगा कि जो हिंदी के ऑडियंस है उनके बारे में एक बार आप ये एक्सपीरियंस जो था, एग्जाम्पल जो आपने
मैंने वो यही बताया था कि अगर हम कल्चर की बात करते हैं तो हम ये जानते हैं कि टाटा कंसल्टेंसी सर्विसेज या टाटा के जितने भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं या फिर एशियन पेंट्स हैं, सो हमें ये जानते हैं कि वो बहुत ही अच्छी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और लोग चाहते हैं कि हम वहां जाके रहें, क्योंकि वो एम्प्लॉयज के बारे में बहुत सोचती हैं कंपनियां। उनकी पॉलिसी और प्रोसेसेस ऐसी होती है कि वो एम्प्लॉय फ्रेंडली होती है। तो जहाँ पे भी आप एम्प्लॉय की केयर करोगे, कंसर्न करोगे, एम्प्लॉय वहां पे खुश रहेगा और वहीं पे जाना चाहेगा। तो इस तरह यही यही एग्जांपल था जो मैं आपको दी थी, और वहीं पे मैंने आपको दैनिक भास्कर का भी एग्जांपल दिया था कि हम भी बहुत एक एम्प्लॉय फ्रेंडली कंपनी है जो बहुत ध्यान देती है एम्प्लॉइज के बारे में, और हमारी पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोसेसेस भी वैसे ही बनी है। और
नो
उसके बाद
डाउट
मैंने
इसी
एचआर सक्सेस टॉक के बारे में बात की।
जी एचआर सक्सेस टॉक ने जो काम किया है, जिस तरीके से आप वहाँ पे वेबिनार हैंडल कर रहे हैं, वेबिनार को मैनेज कर रहे हैं, आपने जैसा कि बताया कि मोर देन 30 वेबिनार्स जो है आपने ऑर्गेनाइज किए हैं वहाँ। तो एचआर सक्सेस टॉक ने जो काम किया है एचआर प्रोफेशनल्स को एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे जो करने का काम किया है, नो डाउट ये अप्रिशिएट किया जाना चाहिए इसको। और आपने एक बहुत अच्छी बात बताई कि इसमें जितने भी लोग काम कर रहे हैं वॉलंटरी कर रहे हैं, और उन उसके एवज में उनको कोई पेमेंट नहीं किया, उसके बावजूद आपने जिस तरीके से बताया कि लोग बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से काम कर रहे हैं, एक वर्किंग कल्चर जो है वो बहुत अच्छा सा दिया गया। तो एक बहुत पॉजिटिव उसके साथ में लोग काम कर रहे हैं, पॉजिटिव एटमॉस्फेयर के साथ में काम कर रहे हैं। तो मेरे ख्याल से एचआर सक्सेस का जो काम कर रहा है, और आपके जैसे लोग वहाँ एचआर प्रोफेशनल्स जुड़े हैं, लोगों को गाइड कर रहे हैं, लोगों को, और जितने भी जो न्यू कमिंग एचआर के जो फील्ड के लोग आ रहे हैं उनको बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा, एचआर सक्सेस टॉक से सीखने को मिलेगा, आपके जैसे लोगों से सीखने को मिलेगा। और आपने आज अपना समय दिया, इसके लिए आपकी खबर एचआर सक्सेस टॉक आपका बहुत बहुत आभारी है। और हम आशा करते हैं कि आपके साथ में फिर किसी और इश्यूज पे फिर हम एक साथ बात करेंगे, जिससे लोगों को और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लाभ हो सके। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, आपकी खबर के साथ में जुड़ने। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू राजेश, थैंक यू सो मच।